providers billing in Brittco. This training is going to start with us looking at the provider dashboard in Brittco. This is what you should see when you log into your Brittco portal. You will see on the left-hand side different tabs that you can look at different items. You can see the individual ISP plans for everyone that you support on the ISP plans tab. Today we are focusing on the local funding tab. If you click on this, a new screen will open and you'll see all of the individuals that you support and what services they have authorized for the span years that you're authorized to provide those services. If you click on the details under an individual, it will open the box and you'll be able to see all the services you're authorized to support that individual, the billing code associated with that service, the unit rate for that service. You'll also be able to see the amount of dollars used and authorized, as well as units used and authorized. You'll see the dates the service is authorized for. If you click on the details tab, you'll be able to see all of the individual entries of services that have been paid up to this point. We are going to be going over how to enter an invoice in the system. So you're going to go to Manage Invoices in the top right-hand corner. It will open a new screen. This screen will show you all the invoices you've previously created and their status: paid, submitted, pending, or in progress, are options that you may see. Today we're going to create a new invoice. You're going to go to the plus sign with Create New Invoice in the top right-hand corner. It will open a new screen. Right now it's blank. For us to add claims, you're going to click on the plus sign for Add Claim. A box will open, and this is where you're going to enter the information for each claim. You're going to click on the drop down and choose the individual you're entering the information on. And then you have two options of how to enter the information. You can do line entry, date by date, or you can do multiple dates for each individual service. We're going to start with line entry. You're going to enter a date of service. You're going to choose the service that you provided, and then you're going to enter the number of units provided. You'll then click Save. And if you close out of this box, you'll see it has added a line entry on your invoice. You can continue to add claims, and we can continue to do it through the line entry. And if you're providing adult day supports or vocational habilitation, group employment, we are authorizing the daily rate and the 15-minute unit rate, so you can bill the daily rate if the number of units you provided in that day meets that definition. You would enter 1 and click Save. You'll see that at the bottom of this box there's an amount remaining and units remaining. It's a running total, so you'll be able to see as you bill. Then you don't have to close out of the screen. You can then just add a new date and click Save. And you'll see then we now have 3 entries. Now, the other option for entry is if you want to do multiple dates. How this works is that you'll go in and you select your consumer, individual, and you'll then on the calendar click the dates that you want to provide entry for services. Then you select the service. You would enter the number of units that were provided in one day under the billing units. And click Save. And if you close out of this, you'll see it added 2 additional dates. Now, another thing that the system does is it will give you error messages if you go over an amount. So if you add a date for service and you go to enter that service, and you'll see we had $12 and $198. If we try to enter 15, we're going to get a warning that says we exceed that. You click OK. You can change it to what you have available, or if you need additional units authorized, then you would need to reach out to your service and support administrator to get a revision done to add additional units or dollars. Click Save. It's there. The other thing that will happen if you're doing multiple date entry, if you pick a service and say a person's span is split in the middle of the month, or a service authorization ends in a month, in the middle of a month, if you click on dates, you'll see that the dates that are in the different period are grayed out. So you can authorize the services for those dates and say, well, maybe it got reinstated, or the next span started on November 16th or something of that sort. You would save that. Those get saved. You can go back in, and then if you start the services then after the 15th, like for the next span, then it's going to gray out the old and allow you to enter the rest of your dates. But you would have to do it as two separate entries, because it looks at the authorization and it grays out the dates that aren't in that time frame. So once you have all of your entries completed, you're going to want to double check and make sure you entered everything correctly. And you can see all of these things. If you see something that, oh, you entered it incorrectly, you can click Edit. It will allow you to go in and make a change and save it. And now the change is showing on your invoice. So once everything is correct, then you can go up to Actions, click Preview Invoice. This will sort the services by service and by individual name, so it will allow you to be able to double check to make sure that you aren't missing a date, that your rates are correct, that you're not billing for transportation on a date where you don't have day program or things like that. Once you have previewed your invoice and everything is correct and no further edits need to be made, you can close out of that. You'll come back to your invoice. You'll go back up to Actions and you will click Submit. This box will pop up. You just need to click Submit again. Now in your list of invoices, it's showing as submitted. Once you submit it, this will send the invoice to the county board to process for payment. If you have any questions or issues while you're doing any billing, you can reach out to the county board at any time to get questions answered. Once the county board has reviewed and processed your invoices, you'll receive a notification that the invoice was approved. You can also view your invoices here and see the status, and the ones that have been approved will go from submitted to paid. So that's how you will know that it's completed. Thank you.